The adventurers descended into the depths of Blackreach Cavern, navigating the suffocating darkness with torches and the faint glow of the Aurelin. The air grew colder as they made their way through the labyrinthine tunnels, memories of their previous visit returning with each step. At last, the cavern opened into the ruins of an ancient underground castle. Its crumbling walls and jagged architecture loomed ominously, the shadows seeming to whisper warnings of what lay ahead. Moving cautiously, the party advanced down a long hallway. Their footsteps echoed faintly, each sound amplified by the stillness. Turning north, they approached the threshold of the altar room. Maris Eldrin crept forward, clutching the Aurelin. Peering around the corner, she froze. Her eyes locked onto Maldris the Unyielding, the wraith that hovered high in the shadows above the room, his tattered form billowing like smoke. With steady resolve, she raised the Aurelin and spoke the words, Calarusina Lome. The crystal flared brilliantly, bathing the chamber in radiant light. 4 spectres emerged from shadowy alcoves, their hollow forms drifting toward the intruders. At the far end of the room stood the altar, the Veilstone hidden beneath its trapdoor. Maldris shrieked, his voice a chilling promise of doom. But the Aurelin's light weakened the undead, their defenses stripped, and the party surged into the room with weapons drawn and spells at the ready. Elden Greyfoot struck first, hurling a dart that pierced Maldris's spectral form. The wraith recoiled, his movements jerky and flickering. Encouraged, Maris fired an arrow, striking one of the spectres. She melted into the shadows. Elias Thorn, transformed into a lion, pounced on a spectre with feral intensity. His claws tore through its form, but the spectre retaliated, striking him with an icy spectral claw. Elias stumbled back, and a second attack forced him to revert to his human form. In retaliation, Elias cast Moonbeam, a column of radiant light that seared one of the spectres, leaving it writhing in agony. But Maldris, seeing the threat of the druid's magic, struck Elias directly. The blow staggered him and caused the Moonbeam to vanish. Arya Eversong's voice rose above the chaos, her song of inspiration lifting her companion's spirits and deflecting a strike meant for her. With determination, she cast a flame spell that engulfed one of the spectres, burning it into nothingness. Bronwyn Shadowcaster followed with Guiding Bolt, the radiant magic slamming into Maldris and causing his form to waver under the relentless assault. The battle raged on, the adventurers coordinating their attacks to bring down the undead. They successfully vanquished 2 spectres and wounded Maldris, forcing the wraith to descend and engage them directly. His spectral blade lashed out, narrowly missing Bronwyn as she retaliated with poison spray. Then came the final moment. Rin Powerfang, his muscles straining with effort, charged at Maldris. With a mighty swing of his axe, he brought it down on the wraith, cleaving through his shadowy form. Maldris let out a deafening cry, his essence collapsing inward. For a fleeting moment, the twisted visage of a man appeared, his face contorted in anguish before fading into nothingness. The wraith was no more. Though Maldris was defeated, the final 2 spectres remained. The adventurers, battle-weary but resolute, rallied together. With precise strikes and deft movements, they brought the last of the spectres down in a flurry of attacks. At last, the chamber grew still. The group turned their attention to the altar. Eldon carefully tested the trapdoor by tossing a book onto it, ensuring there were no remaining dangers. Satisfied, Elias stepped forward, prying open the trapdoor to reveal the Veilstone. The artifact's dark glow pulsed ominously, and its whispers crept into Elias's mind, tempting him with promises of power. His hand hesitated for a moment, but with a deep breath, he threw a blanket over the stone, silencing its whispers. He secured it in his backpack, his expression grim but determined. As they made their way out of the castle and back through the cavern, the weight of their achievement settled over them. This was no ordinary victory. They had faced a deadly foe, one that had nearly claimed their lives, and emerged victorious. The Veilstone, a relic of immense power, was now in their possession, safe from Maldris and, for now, from Arcturus Ashcroft. Stepping into the sunlight, the adventurers paused to take in the fresh air the warmth of the sun on their faces a stark contrast to the cold darkness of Blackreach. They exchanged weary but triumphant glances. This was only the first step, but it was a crucial one. The road to Greystone lay ahead, and with it the hope of protecting the Veilstone from falling into the wrong hands. For now, they allowed themselves a brief moment of quiet pride. They had faced the darkness and overcome it.